Hello, Ben Mize here again, and I was watching Steve Quayle um, on YouTube, and there's so much out, and felt I should make a video, and there's so much out there about the impending doom, and the Bible in the book of Revelation has passages that could start could tell you that there's impending doom and maybe a nuclear holocaust or World War III, and it doesn't have to happen. Now, I firmly believe that God judges nations and that He takes His time doing it. However, America's had a long time to clean up abortion and stop, invest in the third world and put him to work at a living wage and make a lot of money doing it instead of letting them all starve in a ditch and different things we need to repent of. Being blessed, we should be a blessing more so than we are. But, the Bible also says that the sworn judgments of God do not have to happen. Because if the people repent, even if God said, and this is in the Old Testament, I think it's in the prophets, even if God said that judgment would come, if the people repent, then it doesn't come. And if God said that there would be blessing and the people go to sinning, then the blessing doesn't come, the curse comes instead. And you see this with Jonah and Nineveh, where Jonah is kind of the one time it actually worked. God sent Jonah to tell Nineveh to repent or die, and they repented. And though God told Jonah, and though it was in the Bible, that in 3 days Nineveh would be no more, they repented, and 3 days later it was still there. And they say it took them 40 years to stop repenting, and then the judgment came, or maybe 80 years. You hear different things. But, we've got the tools to really punish ourselves if we don't repent. And we've got to repent, or we're going to keep going until we are in hell on earth, basically. Now, I think people are starting to notice that this might be the case, and I think they're starting to think about maybe we need to do less sinning and more loving and more lawfulness that does no inappropriate harm by action or inaction, and all wisdom. But we still need people to go to a search engine like startpage.com or duckduckgo.com and type in list of social media sites, list of conspiracy theories, list of conspiracy theory government documents, and type in the various conspiracy theories along with government documents, and act like you're at least preparing for a high school book report, for God's sakes, and find the government documents that show that we've got to clean up the Illuminati. And get on 200 social media sites or two, and get in the comment boxes every day and make articles, write an article and post it on all the social media sites, and make a video and put it on all your social media sites, and then put the link to the article and the video in popular comment boxes on those video sites, and do that every day, and tell them that we've got to wage a paper campaign to clean things up, or it's a billion, million, trillion, whatever times not going to be worth our while that we wouldn't have done that. And we got to talk about the government documents that show it's horribly corrupt and show that this probably means it's so corrupt that Mystery Babylon, as the book of Revelation, chapters 17 and 18 and elsewhere says in the Bible, kills the saints of God, rules over the kings of the earth, worships the devil, and corrupts the people, just like they say the Illuminati and all the secret societies that worship the devil do. And that's why the churches don't really organize to stop abortion and organize to not import 600 million basket cases, but go to the basket cases and fix the countries with all our wealth and patents and political knowledge, comparatively. And that's why we have all these paradise patents at USPTO.gov, that the USPTO.gov, the Patent Office pair system, says were granted and thus work and have utility and are proven to work, and there's free energy devices and cheap cancer cures without problems and cancer prevention and like silver oxide and probably it looks to me colloidal silver would do the job. Research it first. There's issues with not having too much all at once, but if I recall right, it looks like about 2 milligrams of silver a day was the dose you wanted. If you're really sick. And there's all these patents that would solve all these issues that $100 billion of news media and hundreds of billions of dollars of universities just don't talk about, except for maybe InfoWars and Steve Quayle and Natural News and the various truthers online. Lisa Haven, Lindley Oz might get into it and different things. And it really is evident that it's so corrupt that probably it looks to be the devil worshippers are running the whole thing into the ground. And so we've got to organize the primary vote when anybody could be a candidate and go interview the write-in candidates and get them all over social media and interview the candidates the mainstream media's pushing and write up these business contracts that they will do their political promises and they will do this, 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 and this. Or, according to this business contract, you ask them to sign at the interview with the whole public. If they don't prove to a jury that they've strongly tried to do their promises while they were in office, the business contract's violated and all their constituents can sue them for all their worth, or $1 million or whatever, or $100,000, or if it's a local candidate or something, or who knows, or all their salary or something. So they have to put their money where their mouth is, and then you have to go and post it on social media that they either put their money where their mouth was and signed the business contract with that the contract says was between them and all their constituents, or report that they would not put their money where their mouth was and they're a bunch of frauds. And spread that like wildfire. And then start getting candidates that like the American public instead of like the devil. And then maybe we can get some people that'll have the police and military clean up all these. I suspect there are massive numbers of traitors in our government and leading our corporations when you look around at different things and listen to InfoWars and look up your own research about just how corrupt and how much of a scam so much is. But, if politicians are this stupid, that they can look at all the experts, and all the experts say, your roof caved in, you need a new roof, And every year the expert comes back and says, a tree fell on your house, your roof caved in, you need a new roof, stop buying new furniture till you fix the new roof. And every year they keep buying new furniture and billing the taxpayers and not fixing the roof. If they're that stupid, how can they remember to breathe when they get up in the morning and they don't just stop breathing when they get up in the morning because they forgot how to breathe? So if it's too stupid to be stupid, is it treason? Because we're really hurting for politicians doing quote-unquote dumb stuff that's so dumb that they couldn't have graduated from their schooling if they were that stupid and weren't able to listen to the experts that badly. But so get the business contracts and put the candidates that will sign, that they'll do their promises on the business contract, promote them, and do your research about the government documents and be factual and say that according to this factual document on this reliable website, especially .gov websites, there is a big problem, and we need, and get on a bunch of social media sites and tell people to make petitions to send to law enforcement and the military that we need this stuff fixed, and for everybody to repost these videos and repost these articles and share them and make their own articles and videos and share them on 202 social media sites, and start getting lawyers involved where you go to them and you say, look, it's your duty. You took a ethics vow, probably, to probably said something about supporting the public good, and this nation, I think, could just die. So you better do pro bono work on the side, and we'll promote you as a great guy and you need more business, for suing about all the corruption that's going on. And we need to get the unconstitutional and treasonous legislation struck down, and we need to see if there's a way to get recall elections for treasonous politicians, and we need to get people to get 1,000 pet rats that are scientists and get them whatever permissions they need to give them all the chemicals they're feeding us and show that for a fact it does cause all these problems, and then sue all these companies that are feeding us all these toxic chemicals into oblivion, and get some real food and some real deodorant and some real detergent, and have class action lawsuits that part of the winnings go to the group that got the lawyer to do it, so they can have more class action lawsuits and more research into all these chemicals they're giving us. And we need to promote the chemicals that are natural and organic and work and don't poison things, including with pesticides and soaps and foods and additives and preservatives. And there's all these things have safe alternatives if you look. There's baking soda, there's vitamin C, there's vitamin E for preservatives, there's citric acid for preservative, there's organic pesticides that are extracts of plants, which what I understand is that the reason bugs don't eat all the trees in the forest is the tree makes a chemical that animals can eat its nuts, but the bugs have difficulty eating the nuts. And it's designed that way by God. And you can get extracts from the different plants that animals, and humans are animals, biologically, aren't harmed, I think. And the bugs don't destroy the crop. And it doesn't cause all this crazy garbage that I suspect the vast majority of our pesticides are causing. And You know, we just need to act like we care about the whole planet dying, when we've got perfectly good solutions for it if people will look and talk and organize. So, and if we'll do that, we won't have to have a thermonuclear war or a zombie apocalypse, which I suspect they've got a virus that can pull that off, or whatever, because we'll have politically and morally repented unto opposing the devil worshippers that are running everything into the ground, I suspect. But there's a whole world of solutions out there, and you just need to start reading truther articles and alternative news articles and alternative health articles and looking up documents and talking and organizing and telling other people to talk and organize until we get enough people talking and organizing that we fix this stuff. Who wants to live in a nuclear crater till we have the Chinese invade and the satanic one world government take over everything? Anyway, so God bless, and pray to God about what to do every day, and Jesus, and follow through on the clues He gives to you, and love well, and think well, and try to be wise, so as to do no inappropriate harm by action or inaction.